She's considered India's first woman freedom fighter who took on European imperialists nearly 3 centuries before Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. Yet the tales of Rani Abbakka Chauta, the legendary queen of Ulal, remain largely untold. Princess of the Chauta kingdom, a Jain dynasty that ruled over coastal Karnataka, Abbakka is known for not just confronting the Portuguese but also fighting and defeating them many times. Her story begins in the 16th century when the Portuguese monopolized trade on the Indian Ocean, charging a kartaz or permit from any ship wishing to trade in the zone. A trade-free zone earlier, even the Mughal king Akbar had to take a permit from the Portuguese for any ships traveling on the Indian Ocean. When Rani Abbakka was crowned the Queen of Ulal, she decided she would completely stop paying the Portuguese the tribute they demanded. In 1555, a Portuguese envoy was sent to Rani Abbakka to remind her to pay up. But she firmly refused to bow to their demands, fighting a battle with the Portuguese that ended in a truce. Not the ones to be deterred, in 1567, the Portuguese army under General Pexito attacked Ulal once more, capturing the city and occupying the palace. Abbakka, however, fled and took shelter in a mosque. In the dead of the night, she, along with 200 of her soldiers, killed Pexito and 70 other Portuguese soldiers. The Portuguese were forced to flee, and the queen captured the Mangalore fort. Though she was a Jain herself, her administration was well represented by both Hindus and Muslims. Her army was also diverse, consisting of people from all sects and castes, including the Muslim fishermen community of the Mogaviras. Defeat was something the Portuguese were unwilling to accept, however. And so further attacks followed on the kingdom, and in 1569, the Portuguese recaptured Mangalore. Realizing that she needed help to hold off these attacks, Abbakka formed an alliance with the Zamorin of Calicut and the Sultan of Bijapur in 1570. The Portuguese, however, used treachery to defeat her, conspiring with her estranged husband to launch a surprise pre-dawn attack on her while she was returning from the temple. Caught off guard, legend says that the queen died in this battle, but not before leading her soldiers from the front and pushing invaders back to sea. This, however, wasn't the end of the rule of the Abbakkas. There rose from the ashes, like a phoenix, another Abbakka in the dynasty. Another queen who gained great fame throughout the Indian Ocean, attacking and burning Portuguese fleets. In keeping with family tradition, she continued defying the Portuguese and trading directly with the Middle East. When the Portuguese captured one of her ships, she launched a secret attack on their fleet, sneaking into Portuguese ships in the dead of the night, using thousands of Agnivans or fire arrows to set their ships on fire. Incurring heavy losses, the Portuguese navy had to retreat. This defeat being akin to the defeat of the Spanish Armada by the British just 2 decades ago. Rani Abbakka's story, where the tales of the two queens fuse into one legendary character, still lives on in folk memory in southern Karnataka, not just as the fierce queen or Rani Abhaya, but also as one of the earliest torchbearers of the Indian freedom movement and India's rare woman naval hero.